Hello guys, Average Joe here, and as you can tell, I have a different hat on today. Right now, I am gearing up to set up for a different video. I don't have a gaming video right now, please be patient with me. You guys are still growing on subscribers, and I thank you very much for that. Since demonetization, I have not been able to get good videos yet. I'm working on it, I'm learning stuff. But, in the interim, I've created a how-to video. Did a mic voiceover for everything I recorded, of how to input breaded chicken into a deep fat fryer, an industrial one, and also how to clean it in phases, how to put together the filtration system, how to use the oil, etc., etc. While you're watching that video, please bear with me. I am making more gaming videos when I have opportunity time for it. I've been a very busy boy. Gaming hasn't been quite on the forefront. I need to fix this. But with that in mind, let us go clean and input fried chicken professionally.
To put fried
Bye-bye.
chicken into a fryer, you must put each piece into the fryer oil, making sure to put each piece at the surface of the oil so not to splash yourself. If you do splash, make sure that your hand is out of the way so you do not burn yourself. There are 40 pieces in each designated fryer. It can hold a maximum of 65, but it's not recommended. 40 is efficient for cooking fried chicken. You start with 9 minutes of frying, stir, then close the lid and another 6 more minutes, making a total of 13, approximately. As you can see, I am now demonstrating both how to and how not to input fried chicken into the fryer. I am putting large pieces in and small pieces in a circular pattern, trying not to burn myself, but as you can see, I already have once. This now concludes how to input breaded chicken into an industrial fryer. Now, how to clean the industrial fryer. You will need 4 pieces, including a tube, in order to put together a filter for your fryer when you need to clean it and drain it. You will need the bottom with screw, the top for the sandwich pieces in between the filter, which is that paper part right there. And then you will need a top, matching with the screw from bottom to top to put it upside down so that it filters correctly, as I now demonstrate. Once the 2 sandwich pieces are together, you can then move on to covering it, moving the 2 sandwich pieces inside the filter, making sure to match the screw hole on top of the filter. Now that we have put our 2 pieces in, we are now ready to push it all the way in to match the screw so that you can put the other 2 pieces together. Starting with the sandwich top, upside down so that the filter can filter correctly. Next, we have our tube, matching the screw to the screw top, putting the tube inside the center so that the oil can go through the filter into the tube. Making sure that the screw is good and tight. Then your filtration system is now complete. We now put it into a fryer bottom, taking out the catch and into the fryer bottom. Since there is oil in this one, we don't have to worry about it too much. Making sure that the tube matches with the U shape on the fryer bottom. There is a little space, a metal space, to match perfectly with that. Then we put the catch back on, making sure that the little hook in the back is on the fryer bottom in the back, and then latch it down using the other hook on the other side. And lastly, we make sure that we push in the fryer bottom to match with the suction tube connection point. We now move on to draining the fryer. First step, to remove the basket from its sitting place on the hook. Then we open the door, making sure that the fryer bottom is all prepared with the filtration unit and catch. We now switch the valve open to drain the liquid and making sure that the switch is turned off. We do not want to accidentally turn the fryer on without any oil. That could burn the entire unit. As we drain, we use a couple of tools in order to make sure that all the leftover sediment at the bottom is now cleaned out. Using a brush in order to make sure that the central drainage tube, is now free of debris. We now scrape all the leftover sediment down into the drain to land into the catch down below. Yummy! Making sure that all sediment is also off all of the elements of the fryer, because the elements do burn inside the oil, and when they burn the oil. That translates to the food. We do not want this. Next, we connect the filtration hose from the connection point on the fryer to match with the filtration unit, so we can clean off all the excess grease that the scraper did not catch. We'll scrape off the top edge up here for whatever buildup that may have arrived during the day. Like so. It takes a little bit of effort, but it does get the job done. And now we connect our hose as we just demonstrated. We turn the filter onto filter for filtration system. The oil will now be sucked up through the filtration system, making sure that the hose switch is on and not on pot. The lever will tell which direction that the oil will go. Making careful not to burn yourself, because that oil is to 325 degrees hot. As I demonstrate, I now wash all away any excess leftover sediment on the bottom of the fryer, making sure to get behind the elements to free up any debris that I did not find, and the edge that we scraped before to make sure that it is perfectly clean for the next day's usage. Make sure that every surface has been rinsed off, including the elements, just a little bit, in case that there may be any free debris stuck on the elements themselves. Once you're complete, you flip the switch to close, so the oil can now be filtered completely through the system through the hose. There are two methods, the hose method and the pot method. Either way works. We fill the oil up to that little notch inside the fryer, or just underneath it, depending on how your filtration system works. All that is left is to clean the leftover debris on the outside of the fryer using a certified greenie / scratch pad of some sort and paper towels. In the end, you will have a nice and shiny fryer.